Here's how I went from a 24-inch vertical to 50.5 inches. To go from 24 inches to 34 inches, I just did 3 sets of 5 of power cleans, back squat, deadlifts, about 2 to 3 times a day, and then I jumped every single day. This whole process took me about a year. To go from 34 inches to 42 more inches, I continued doing the exact lifts and sets and reps, but I did it much more inconsistently, but I just continued jumping every single day, and the intensity of that went up. So I started jumping about 2 to 3 hours a day. Whenever I wanted to see progress, I just backed off for 2 to 3 days, and I would be jumping higher every single time. This took me about 2 years, but in the process, I ended up getting crippling knee pain. To go from 42 inches to 44.5 inches, I literally just got my knees healthy. To do this, I learned the golden rule of load management, which is if it's gonna cause a flare up, do less of it. And if it makes you feel better, continue doing more of it. Specifically, I learned how to use isometrics, heavy, slow, concentric training, and properly dose plyometrics and how to fit it in my dunking schedule. This process of getting my knees healthy only took about 2 to 3 months. To go from 44.5 to 47 inches, I learned about periodization. Periodization is the manipulation of training variables such as volume and intensity to peak at certain times of the year. For the first time in my life, my body was healthy enough to do more complex exercises, and my body responded extremely well. After the load management process, I only did this type of training for about 6 months to see that much of an increase in my vertical. To go from 47 inches to 48 inches, I literally just continued this style of training. Mind you, throughout this whole process, random injuries would pop up, such as really bad ankle sprains, back flare-ups, and they would sideline me for a month or two. To gain that 1 inch of vertical, it took me a year and a half. As you become more advanced, progress slows down a ton because of the law of diminishing returns. Anybody can make a beginner make progress, but the true test of a coach is making an elite athlete even better. Now, to go from 48 inches to a world record 50.5 inches, it took applying the exact same training principles of periodization, but training got harder and harder and harder. And this process actually took me 2 years to do. If you want to see if I can break this world record, just click the follow button and keep up with my journey.